Here. We've known each other for several years. Expert level at every vertical of the back end, and that's just unheard of. As I mentioned earlier, I'm used to dealing with vertical back ends where this guy knows a little about network marketing, this guy knows none, and there's always this foreign conversation here. Man, I'll tell you, it's beautiful because all the verticals have an expertise in our industry. So, Terry's out. Thank you.
Well, I'll keep it short and sweet, and then y'all can ask any questions you want. Basically, this has been a big project. This is not a normal project where someone would come in and say, I want to sell an energy drink, and I tell the lab to go throw some ingredients together with flavoring, and a couple days later we have a product that's testable. This is years and years and years and years of work that the team has put into it. So it started out years ago, and I bought it I started the process a couple years ago of buying it. I think it closed maybe a little over a year ago. And they'd put all the medical side of it together, most of it. And what it lacked was the ability to actually market it. It was a fantastic idea with a ton of research, all done by professors, doctors, but the ability to go take it to market was pretty much zero because it wasn't scalable. To make an order, you'd have to hand mix the order and shake it up and deliver it that way. As far as the test, there was no automated system. So first thing we did is start building. The goal was to launch a year ago, but I'm a big believer you don't launch until something's right, so it just kept being postponed. So we have a couple big pieces to it. One's the Link Biosciences piece, which is software that we own 100% of, and it tracks the whole process. So when you get that kit, when we ship the kit to whoever purchased it, so the rep that purchases it or the customer, when that kit's built out, the kit is barcoded, the return mailer is barcoded, so we know the pieces, parts to that kit, and the kit number's on the back, so it's all tied to that. Then when you get the kit, either you're going to use it or you're going to sell it to someone to use. And so if you sell it to someone to use, the reason everyone goes to ustart.com to register is because that's when we tie it back. So when someone goes to ustart.com to register the kit, the first thing it asks for is the kit code on the back. We know who the parent of the kit is because we know who we shipped it to. Then they register. Now we know who the customer is that's going to be using the kit. Now, for this business, the key to this is the turnaround time. So when you buy that kit, you have 30 days worth of pre-trition. Within 30 days, we have to have your DNA results back, processed, and in our computer, so we know what formula to kick out for you when your auto ship runs. So it's very important. So the way we built it is when you register at ustart.com, tomorrow we go and look at USPS and say, have you dropped it in the mail yet? If no, we're going to send you a nice friendly reminder. It says, hey Summer, congratulations on your DNA test kit. Please remember to get your swabs done in the mail today. And we're going to do that every single day until that's in the mail. Second, the computer comes back with a yes, it's in the mail. Then we go projected delivery date +2. So when you mail something, it gives you a projected delivery time frame. We add 2 days to that. And in that time frame, let's say it's 3 days +2. So in 5 days, we go look and see if it's been delivered. If it has been delivered, then we start a new counter that says, okay, we're going to give the lab 5 days, business days to process your results. If it comes back and it hasn't been delivered, it would go into a holding bin where customer service would physically call USPS and say, hey, tracking number 785828, where is it, kind of thing. Once we get into the lab, then we give 5 business days. At the end of 5 business days, if the results aren't in the computer, it notifies customer service again to pick up the phone and call lab and say, specimen 87326, you received it on the 18th, today's the 23rd, hasn't been processed, can you give us a reason why? So that piece right there is crucial because that turnaround time is everything in this process. Once we have those DNA results, we're golden. Then it comes to how do you scale up making the product, which was the issue before. And that's where the machine came in. So they had already engineered this machine. They just didn't have the financial wherewithal to get it built. So we started the process. I'd say it's probably 3 years put into the machine, 12 months after the order of building it physically. So your order comes out in a barcode. not even your name, so HIPAA-wise, you're completely protected. That barcode is your unique formula. So it comes out with a mailing label and the barcode. We scan the barcode, runs through, fills, comes out the other end. Then we either encapsulate it or we send it out the line. A custom label prints with your name on it, supplement fax panel, all that. And again, it comes to you, for you. That's kind of the process on it. Now, IT-wise, you know, behind is Market Vision. They've done, I've owned half of Market Vision since 1998. It's out of Eden Prairie, Minnesota. We've done software since '98. Massive numbers, billions of dollars in processed orders and international, multilingual, multi-currency. 05, we went through Sarbanes-Oxley compliance, process flow, etc. So, you know, what we do here is our goal is to deliver an experience for the customer that's unsurpassed. And the culture that I teach within our organization is this. Because I started on the distributor side 25 years ago, every single experience is important, very important. So I tell the staff this, is that I know in a true case, someone that spent 25 years building a relationship with someone that was strong enough for the person to place an order from them finally after all these years. And in 30 seconds, the person threw the product down and refused to be a customer anymore because of the experience. Whether the product showed up late, whether they asked a question to customer service and couldn't get an answer, whether it was the product showed up and it was crushed, whatever the experience was, you know, so we take every order as if it took someone 25 years of their life to build a relationship enough, to earn the trust enough to get the order placed. Doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. It just means that we understand the crucial and how important each and every experience and order is. As far as mistakes, you know, back when I was 24, I was the CEO of a public company doing $200 million a year, $250 million market cap. I guess I was 28 at that time. I started there at 24. And I'd get on stage at all these places and I'd say, you know, the fact is, forget all the gray-haired, experienced people, because it doesn't mean anything. Our work ethic will outperform their experience all day long. Today, as I said here, I say the only people that would say that is a fool without experience, right? Because if you I equate it to a country road. If you live down a country road that has potholes, if you drive home on that road every day, you can run 100 miles an hour and you're not going to hit one of them. If you drive down it the first time at 100 miles an hour, you're going to hit every damned one. So our goal here isn't not to make a mistake, because that's not realistic. It's not the way business works. It's not the way life works. Our goal here is not to make the same mistake twice. So the worst type of mistake is one you've made before that you should have learned from, and whether it was because of ego or whatever the reason was, you didn't take the time to step back and say, okay, here was something that went wrong. It was our fault. Internalize what went wrong and figure out how not to do it again. And that's really what we try to do and pride ourselves on. When you look at from our international infrastructure, our international teams, you know, my Asian management team's been with me since '01, Taiwan '02, Western Europe '01, you know, Mexico, been my best friend since 15 years old. You know, so it goes deep. The organization is not even though Üforia is a startup, the mechanism that is providing the support for this has been doing this for years and years and years. And we thrive, I specifically thrive on complex problems. You know, so people say, well, when are we going to see you? You probably never see me. You know, if you come through here and I'm asked to come sit down, you'll see me. But you want to see where I'm at. If you have a late shipping problem, or machine isn't kicking orders out right, or something like that, you want to know where I'm at, I'm going to be right there on the front lines every time until the problem's figured out. Sometimes it takes a day, sometimes it takes 3 months. It just depends on how hard and deep the problem is. But the only way we have a category creator here, right? This is going to be a disruptive category creator. There's no competitor in the market doing what you're doing. And when you do that, it's rough sometimes. Our goal and our job, and if anything goes wrong operationally, there's one person in the world to blame, and it's sitting right here. No matter what it is, and I take it very seriously. I know we're going to make mistakes. I know that, but I can promise you this: every resource that we have at our fingertips will be there to resolve it. Hopefully, before you know it happened. Hopefully, if not, trying to make it as least painful as possible through that selling cycle and process. So, awesome. It's kind of what we do. Anybody have any questions?
Terry, I got the sense that you were really excited about this project.
Yeah, I mean, I'm generally excited about category creators like this. There's a huge need for this. I believe the future of nutrition is custom, right? I mean, the old one-size-fits-all, it's just medicine's going that way, everything's going that way. If your body needs 1,000 IU of vitamin D, yes, you are vitamin D deficient, but why do you want 10,000 IU in your body to process 9,000 to get rid of it when your body needs 1,000? Our goal, long term, is to give your body the 1,000 it needs and nothing more and nothing less. If we can dial it into that fine, then it's a perfect world.
Do you have two products, pre-trition and nutrition?
Yes and no. The pre-trition comes in the DNA kit, so it would be your first 30-day supply that you're going to be taking while we're processing your results, getting them into the computer so we can make your custom formula.
And do you use the best formulation like methylcobalamin and B12? I've worked for a functional medicine company.
So we get a lot of questions like that. For an example, the B12 that is in the formula, I'd have to look it up. But Joe and him know that. Michael Smith, that'd be a better question for them. Okay. But we're already switching to B12 in the next order based on some feedback that came back from the field. Okay. And it's probably exactly what you're talking about.
That's what we just talked about.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Okay.
How many people have been taking the product? I heard that some people have been testing it for years.
So the company that I purchased, I think over the lifespan had about 40,000 customers that had taken this products. Not the new formulas. We added SNPs. Used to have 12 SNPs identified in pathways that they were supplementing. Now we have 18. But so yes, there's been a lot of customers on this product over the years. Again, they were manually filling and wasn't, I don't think, operationally the prettiest in the world, but yes, there's been a lot of customers on the product over time.
And this is for 18 years old and older, not for kids?
Correct.
So the machine, how long would it take someone, the machine is all about scalability,
yes.
I assume. How long would it take someone to be able to duplicate or create or mimic or come in and try and...
It took probably 3 years for us, all in. So let's say someone's twice as good as we are, it's still going to take a year and a half. I can't imagine somebody doing it faster than that.
And you're the best, right?
Yeah, I'll answer.
I don't ever say that.
Yes.
We do our best to be the best that we can be. But if somebody's twice as good as us, they could do it in a year and a half.
When can we see what's tested? What the SNPs are that are being
They're on the website.
Show that right now.
We can give
On
it
the
to you.
She was
website?
just introduced me.
Okay.
I haven't even seen a video yet.
Well, you're here for
Okay.
that purpose. We're going to show it to
Yeah,
you.
okay.
So what does the future look like for Üforia? What's going to come down the pipeline in terms of like products and then timeline-wise based on what volume that you have in your mind or what countries you open up or strategy-wise?
Ron will guide that a lot. And generally, when it comes to product side, my goal is just to stay up on technology. Right now we have 18 SNPs identified that we know the ingredients are very effective in the variants there. I'm sure 6 months, 12 months from now, there's probably going to be 2-3 more genes identified, and they're going to continue identifying new pathways, genetic pathways. Our goal is just to stay at the very cutting edge of that and continuing. The good news is we can continue to upgrade your formula with the same auto ship. Not like you have to change anything. So your formulas will continue to change and improve as new ingredients come out, maybe that has better clinical research than the previous ingredient. I mean, we're looking at clinical research on the effectiveness in that variant, specific variant.
Amazing.
Internationally, database will take us. It is somewhat complex. From a product standpoint, it may be easier than a lot of the stuff I've done in the past because the computer system has the ability, let's say we use stevia, which there's no sweetener in it, but it's an example. European Union for a very long time didn't allow stevia at all.
Yeah.
So we could tell the computer based on country, drop this ingredient. So in the 82 ingredients, if there's 15 of them that doesn't work in Europe, all we do is say, okay, these 15 don't put in the formula for Europe and we're good to go from a formula standpoint. The more complex part is the swabs. There's a lot of countries that won't allow the DNA swabs to be shipped across the country borders.
Yeah.
In that case, we've built APIs and everything already into the software to integrate with local genetic testing companies in different countries. So we have the ability to do that. So the first step is, can we ship swabs across the border? If yes, we're okay. If no, then we have to get a local solution.
Yeah.
Once we get a local solution, then we have to tie it up. That's the first challenge. And the second challenge is, can we ship product from here to there? So yes, we get the results out, but can we ship product from Van Alstyne, Texas to
Hong Kong.
Nice, France,
Oh, yeah.
to the consumer? The answer may be yes, the answer may be no. If the answer is no, then we have to say, is the market big enough that we'll put a machine specifically in that market and get the local, meet the local requirements for manufacturing? You know, I do see having regional manufacturing in this in the future. You know, in Asia somewhere, we would have it for General Asia, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Vietnam, Indonesia, Thailand, Malaysia, you know, kind of all maybe one central hub.
Yep.
Pretty easy to ship products in and out through those countries, really. It's not that complicated. So we'll see how that works.
So so is it the U.S. initially?
Right now, U.S. and Canada.
US
And
and
a
Canada.
Canadian product and kits are shipping from here.
And then the swabs, when people mail them back, they come here?
Yes.
This is
They
where-
come here, we barcode them in, and then we take them to the lab.
And the lab is?
Well, we have two labs, but one's in Missouri, one's in California, and then we'll probably be using one in New York as well.
So this is the only distribution center right now?
Yes.
What are the shipping charges for the auto ships?
I don't know.
We're going to cover that.
Once something runs, then we would know. What we do is whatever the rates come back from UPS. That'll be probably the same every month, but that I don't know yet.
Is there a report with any diet information?
So you will see the reports. The reports do have some information on foods and stuff. Yes.
Good. Okay, that's good.
And I don't know, I might have missed it, but the pre-trition,
Yep.
is that a detox?
Yes.
It's a detox?
It's a general detox. It's our base formula with detox. Yes.
To get yourself ready for
Ready for
what
the
it's
pre-trition.
supposed to take?
The nutrition. Yes.
Is there a list of the ingredients for the pre-trition online?
On the website. Yep.
It's cool. You guys have figured
Awesome.
everything out.
Thanks,
I
Jerry.
appreciate it. We haven't figured everything out, but everything that we can think of is figured
We're
out.
figuring it out.
Yes. Hey, thank you all very much.
Thanks, Terry.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Hey, look-